It began as something seemingly innocent. At least, that's the lie I clung to. Just a casual drink after work with a colleague, Jason. He had a way of making me laugh, of noticing things, of filling a space that had quietly grown cold at home. My husband, Daniel, had become consumed by ledgers and schedules. After 6 years of marriage, what once felt like affection had slipped into routine. The love was still there, but the fire had faded. Jason noticed the little things. A new outfit. The way I took my coffee. He remembered, and he made sure I knew. Sometimes his fingers would linger when handing me paperwork. Sometimes he'd shoot a playful wink when no one else was looking. I told myself it was harmless, until the day I stopped pretending it was. One Friday evening, Daniel kissed me on the forehead before I left. "Have fun at girls' night," he said, completely unaware that I'd lied. My stomach clenched with guilt, but I walked out the door anyway. I convinced myself I deserved something more: passion, attention, aliveness. But really, I was just dressing up my shame as self-worth. Jason had reserved a suite at a hotel. Candles flickered, soft jazz played in the background, and a bottle of wine sat waiting. It felt like the kind of scene you only see in movies. But around 1 a.m., I glanced at my phone. A single message from Daniel lit up the screen. "Still awake. Hope you're safe. Love you." My heart sank. I muted the phone and turned away. I got home just before 9 the next morning. The house was still. Daniel's car sat in the driveway. I stepped inside carefully, anticipating an uncomfortable silence, or worse, questions I'd have to lie through. But no questions came. There was nothing. The living room was cleaner than usual. Too clean. On the coffee table lay a single envelope with my name, written in Daniel's tidy handwriting. My fingers trembled as I opened it. Inside was one line: "You made your choice. I've made mine." I bolted through the house. His side of the closet was empty. The drawers were cleared. Even the safe under the bed, gone. In the office, no sign of his laptop, no paperwork, no wedding photos. It was as though he had vanished overnight, like he had been erased from the life we shared. I called him, straight to voicemail. I sent messages, left tearful voicemails. Nothing. Then I saw a message sitting in the drafts folder of our shared email account. It had never been sent. It read, "I waited for her all night. Lights off, coffee cold. She never came. I think I finally understand what I meant to her." That was the moment everything broke inside me. I crumpled to the floor, sobbing, gasping, unable to make sense of the wreckage. This wasn't supposed to happen. I thought I could have a single night of recklessness, then return home and pretend it never happened. But Daniel had known, maybe not every detail, but enough. Enough to walk away without looking back. Days passed. Then a week. Then 2. His phone was disconnected. His friends, always polite but never close to me, said nothing. His mother, who once called me the daughter she never had, never returned a single call. It was as if I had been cut out with surgical precision, removed like something poisonous. Then came the legal documents. Divorce papers. No demands. No spousal support. No disputes over property. Just a clean break. He didn't want anything, not an explanation, not even closure. That was the wound that cut the deepest. Not a confrontation. Just absence. Through a mutual friend, I learned he had moved several states away. He bought a quiet little cabin and started working remotely. No new woman, no drama. Just peace. The kind of peace I shattered for a fleeting thrill. Sometimes, I still sit in the kitchen clutching my phone, hoping it might ring. It never does. The silence he left behind is louder than any fight we ever had. I read that unsent message over and over again. I waited for her all night. Jason still works in the same office. I ended things with him days after it all happened. He thought we had some kind of deep connection. He was wrong. He never knew me like Daniel did. He didn't stand by me through the worst of life the way Daniel had. But Daniel is gone. Because of me. If I could turn back time, I would give up every flicker of excitement, every moment of temptation, just to spend one more night with Daniel on the couch, binge watching something silly with his hand resting gently on my knee. I had love. the kind of love people pray for. And I threw it away for nothing. Now I live alone in the ruins of what I destroyed. No one to blame but myself.